BBC Television presents...
Hancock.
How was the conference, Hancock?
Yes, very good. Thank you very much, Sid. I went as a skeptic and came back a bit of a convert. I am now a flat earther. In fact, I brought some back with me.
Well, what did you bring back then? A conference programme? Some snaps of the other side?
A sample of Earth, as it happens, Sid. Flat it is, flat as a pancake.
Earth from the garden usually is. So why on earth did you go?
Well, the BBC asked me to go especially. They wanted someone to have a debate with Patrick Moore on the Sky at Night. They said I was the natural choice and only I could do the subject justice.
What made them pick you, for heaven's sake?
I've no idea, Sid. I didn't ask, but it was £2,000 at a pub lunch, so I didn't argue.
Yeah, but I bet the beer was flat.
No, it wasn't, as a matter of fact. A full-bodied pint of Dartford Wobbler from the top of the keg as it happens. Did you know, Sid, that you can drink beer standing on your head? It's quite easy, of course. More proof of the flat earth if you needed it.
It's gonna take more than party games to convince me, Hancock. I like drinking me beer the right way up, thank you very much.
Agree, Sid. I've put jokes and party games behind me. It's a serious business, the flat earth. Everyone on the other side of the earth is actually hanging on for grim death, but they don't know it. One good shake and they'll all be in outer space.
That's rubbish. How do you know it's not us that's upside down and they're the right way up?
'Cause it's Australia, Sid. That's why the British government sent them there in the open expectation that they would drop off the end of the earth and we could forget all about them. It still hasn't happened, but when it does, we won't have to play them at cricket again.
So, what actually convinced you that these flat earth characters were right?
Well, it was quite cunning, actually, Sid. The instructors made us wear anti-gravity boots.
What on earth are they?
Well, Sid, you know the boots that you strap on, and then they turn you upside down and you hang from the ceiling, like bats?
No, never heard of them. What does it prove?
Well, it's a practical insight into what the Australians put up with. It's like being on the other side of our flat earth.
But they don't wear anti-gravity boots in Australia. At least I've not seen them on the telly.
No, exactly. It's a case of mind over matter, Sid. No one's told the Aussies they need anti-gravity boots to stay on the ground. It's their minds doing it. If you told them about the flat earth, they'd all fall into the sky.
That's nonsense. It can't be true, Hancock.
It can and it is. It's a scientific fact. They explained it. After 5 minutes of the anti-gravity boots, I felt like I was flying around the room.
Yeah, that's because you were light-headed. All the blood was rushing to your head. You must have been delirious.
You're right, Sid. Light-headed, exactly. That's the anti-gravity effect. We had lunch upside down. You can still just about eat, you know. I had ham, egg and chips and rice pudding and jam.
Yeah, nice and tasty, was it?
Well, yes, until I started to speak and the whole lot hit the deck. I saw my lunch pass before my eyes. Anyhow, Sid, you can try on the anti-gravity boots. I've got a pair in the car in case I go down under.
Nah, I think I'll hang on to me dinner tar very much.
By the way, Sid, there's something I want to ask you.
All right, go on, as long as it doesn't involve hanging around upside down. What is it?
It's right up your alley. What odds would you give me if I placed a bet that the earth was flat?
Nothing. How can I give you odds for something that isn't true? It's 100% fact that the earth is round, and we're obliged not to allow mugs to put bets on things that are not true. It's what's called an invalid bet. If you let someone put an invalid bet on, the Bookmakers Federation send Big Tony round.
That's the whole point, Sid. It is true. Just because you don't believe it doesn't make it wrong. 50 to 1, 100 to 1, 1,000 to 1. I want to put my house up for collateral and place the bet now. I don't care about Big Tony. What does he do? Rough you up a bit? Make you wear a cement overcoat?
Tony's all right. He comes round, you give him a cup of tea, and he takes the betting slip. Anyway, if you insist, I'll give you odds of 2 to 1.
No. You were a little too quick after I said I'd put my house on the line. £200,000, that's what it's worth.
Nah, I can't do it. It would be theft. I wouldn't be able to show my face at the annual Bookmakers Dinner Dance again.
I've got you worked out, Sid. You're frightened I'll take you to the cleaners, eh? I've never known a bookmaker refuse a bet, mate. William Hill will let you put your money on Elvis coming back in 2056 on the anniversary of Hound Dog. I ask you, what idiot would place that bet? Give me 10,000 to 1 then. What will my winnings be?
I make that a 2 followed by 9-0.
What's that in pound notes? English money.
Well, less bookmakers' commission, about 2 million.
Right, that'll do nicely, Sid. I'll ask Patrick Moore over on Saturday night. I'll wipe the floor with him, get him to admit he's wrong about the world being round, and you can pay me out the 2 million.
I still don't know, Hancock. I'll give Hattie and Kenneth a ring and see what they say about all this. It's Hancock, Hattie. I think he's finally cracked up. He's working too hard. Can you come over and talk him out of putting his house on a bet that the earth is flat?
Righto, Sid. That is pretty mad. We'll have to talk him round. Kenneth said he'll bring a straitjacket just in case.
Don't bother with the straitjacket. I think he got given one at the conference to go with his anti-gravity boots.
Hello, Tony. How are you feeling? But you do look very well, I must admit.
I'm fine, Hattie. Never felt better. By the way, I thought you were Patrick Moore. He's coming over to have a rehearsal before our debate on the Flat Earth theory.
Oh, very nice. I look forward to that. Oh, he's a lovely man. He's got real gravitas, so I'm sure he'll let you down gently.
What? Let me down? No, I'm in the right act. There's too many scientists and doctors telling us what's what, Hattie. They're telling us lies. It's all fake news, like the mumps, measles, rubella vaccine. It's unnecessary.
Fake news? Fake news get you. What do you think you are, Forrest Trump? Oh, fake news indeed. Oh, Patrick Moore, the man in the moon, he'll wipe the floor with you, run rings round you, even though he's a dotty old fruitcase as well.
Steady on, Kenneth. I've got a lot of regard for Patrick. We get our suits from the same tailor, you know.
So what you're saying, Sid, is that you saw Patrick Moore in his D-Mob zoot suit and you thought, oh, I'll bag one just like that. Bag being the operative word. I could wear a cement bag and look better in it. I thought it was Hancock that was deranged.
Shh, no one's potty, Kenneth.
Has Sid asked you round to try and stop me placing a bet? He hasn't got 2 million, but he'll lay the bet off to Corals or William Hill. He can't stand losing, that's all, can you, Sid?
It's not that we don't want you to win, Tony. We'd love you to win. But no one really believes the earth is flat, do they?
Of course they believe it, Hat. What about Christopher Columbus? He's famous. He thought the earth was flat, and look what he achieved. Then there's great Uncle Hancock. He was a mariner, sailed round the world in the last ocean-going tea clipper.
Well, there you are then. That's proof it's round, you silly muffin. What did he say when he got back?
That's the whole point, Kenneth. He never came back, got halfway round and fell off the edge. Price of tea went up, nearly put Lyons tea shops out of business. The earth is flat, and that's that. It's in me family history.
Well, what on earth did the people who were running the conference say to convince you so strongly, Tony?
They just told us the truth, Hattie, that there is a government conspiracy to stop all of us ordinary folk from knowing what's really happening. They pretend to be boffins and experts, and they're not. We're the ones who are right, vox populi and all that.
Well, what on earth are the boffins and experts then, Hancock?
They're lizards. Apparently they're intergalactic lizards, Sid. Sent to stop us all from having fun and doing what we want.
Oh, I used to have a lizard. Oh, no, wait a minute, it was a gerbil. I did bring that straight there, Sid. I'll just nip out and get it. Oh, it belonged to my great-aunt Mary. Oh, great-uncle Sid was a bit doodle-dally, apparently.
Quick, smarten yourself up, Sid. It must be Patrick Moore. Come in, Patrick.
Ah, these are some familiar faces from the small screen, and the big screen too. That's Ursula Andreas, Dean Martin, and the little ones, Marcel Marceau, if I'm not mistaken.
Of course you're bloody mistaken, old fool. I'm not bloody French mime artist. I'm a comedy artiste, Kenneth Williams.
Well, never mind, no harm done. You do look like Marcel Marceau, and that's all that matters, Mr. Williams.
Just ignore this lot of faded actors and actresses, Dr. Moore.
Patrick Moore will do.
Right, if you're sitting comfortably, I would like to put my case for the flat earth theory.
I wouldn't bother. It's nonsense, piffle, humbug, bunk and baloney. That's right, Patrick. You tell him. Round 1 to Patrick Moore and the voice of reason.
My theory clearly states that as you cannot see any evidence from your own eyes that the earth is round, then it cannot be round.
Well, there are many things, Mr. Hancock, that one cannot see, but we know that they exist.
Like what exactly? Viruses? Black holes? The end of the universe per se?
No, like fairies.
Fairies? I didn't think you were going to say that, I must admit. I thought you were a scientist, Dr. Moore.
Not at all. I never went to university. Everything I know I taught myself. I don't like experts or the establishment, Mr. Hancock, but I do like fairies. Arthur Conan Doyle believed in them too.
But I'll go and get that straight jacket, Hattie. I think I've got a new spare one for old Maury as well. They'll look great side by side in the ambulance. They can have a good old chin wag.
Hey, you've got me there, Patrick. I can't argue with that. I'm afraid you've got me all ends up. You put me in a proper whirl. Indeed, my whole world has just turned upside down. I don't know what to believe anymore.
Fairies, Mr. Hancock. That's what you've got to believe in. They are sweet little creatures. They bring you little cups of nectar. Where the bee sucks, there sucks I. In the cowslip I lie.
I thought Hancock was off his rocker. Patrick Moore's as balmy as Kanye West.
Nah, Kenneth, he's trying to teach Hancock a lesson about believing in stupid things so he won't bet his house. I rang him earlier.
Well, thank you, Patrick. You've taught me some very interesting things about fairies. I won't forget them in a long time. Silly old fool believing in that load of nonsense. Thank God we got rid of him. Sid, Hattie, Kenneth, let's go down the pub. I don't know what came over me. I thought the conference people were onto something, and that you really can't trust experts in the establishment. They said they were trying to stop us doing what we want, but that's the fake news. Society and experts are there to look after us. We need them. Just doing what we want can cause an awful lot of trouble and destroying the things we hold most dear.
Well done, Hancock.